In October 2023, China held the Belt and Road Summit Cooperation Forum in Beijing. As far as I know, Vietnamese President Vo Van Thang not only led his team to Beijing, but also participated in 7 meetings in just 3 days. The topics of these meetings involve many aspects such as infrastructure and trade cooperation. The most important topic is Vietnam's request for China to invest in and participate in the construction of their north-south high-speed railway project with a total investment of up to $65 billion. Interestingly, this project was originally planned to be built by Japan, but in the past 20 years, the relevant plans and ideas have not been implemented, and the construction of the railway has not been concretely implemented. So, what changes have been experienced during this planning period? In addition, will China agree to Vietnam's request? Welcome to World Hotspot, where you will be able to learn about projects, cooperation around the world, and important information about China. I hope you can subscribe to me. Let us discover more interesting things around the world together. As far as I know, most of the current railway system in Vietnam is a legacy from the pre-colonial era. However, due to Vietnam's mountainous terrain and dense rainforests, railway lines have a higher density of tunnels and more frequent ramps and intersections. Coupled with the current serious aging of equipment, this has resulted in the average train speed in Vietnam being only about 90 kilometers per hour, and the speed of freight trains being even lower, only about 60 kilometers per hour. According to statistics, it takes more than 30 hours to take a train from Ho Chi Minh City in southern Vietnam to Hanoi. Slow driving speed not only reduces the efficiency of cargo transportation and increases the operating costs of enterprises, but also restricts the flow of people and affects exchanges and cooperation between cities. Based on this background, Vietnam proposed the North-South High-Speed Railway project in 2005. This is an ambitious plan with a total length of 1,545 kilometers and an estimated total investment of $65 billion. It is understood that the Vietnam North-South High-Speed Railway starts from Hanoi and ends at Ho Chi Minh City, passing through 20 provinces and cities. The construction of this high-speed rail line will greatly improve Vietnam's transportation conditions and strengthen economic ties between the North and the South. It is planned to be fully operational by 2050. Once the high-speed railway is successfully constructed, it will make travel more convenient for Vietnamese residents, shorten travel time, and promote economic development in areas along the line. At the same time, efficient logistics and transportation will also reduce costs and be beneficial to the operation and development of enterprises. Secondly, the northern and southern regions of Vietnam have different levels of economic development and resource advantages. The construction of high-speed rail will enable these regions to better connect with each other and achieve optimal resource allocation. By strengthening interregional cooperation, the North-South High-Speed Railway will promote balanced economic development across Vietnam. However, Vietnam's construction capabilities are limited and unable to complete the project independently. Therefore, Vietnam decided to seek international cooperation through bidding. At that time, high-speed rail major countries such as China, Germany, and Japan all participated in the bidding. Among them, Germany offered to use its most advanced ICE high-speed rail technology to undertake this project, while China participated in the competition with the best cost performance. In the end, Vietnam chose Japan as its partner. Why can Japan win the trust of Vietnam? As far as I know, Japan has always been an important economic partner of Vietnam. According to statistics, Japan's investment in Vietnam will reach $7.76 billion in 2022. A year-on-year increase of 19.9%, accounting for 11.3% of Vietnam's total foreign investment. In addition, Japan's investment in Vietnam covers many fields such as manufacturing, service industry, and agriculture. This kind of economic cooperation not only brings financial and technical support to Vietnam, but also promotes Vietnam's economic development and employment growth. On the other hand, Japan's Shinkansen high-speed rail system is not only one of the most widely used high-speed rail systems in the world. Moreover, Japan's high-speed rail technology has the characteristics of high speed, safety, reliability, comfort, and convenience, providing passengers with a better travel experience. Under this circumstance, Vietnam quickly reached cooperation with Japan and is expected to put the North-South High-Speed Railway project into operation in 2014. But what is surprising is that Vietnam's North-South High-Speed Rail project cannot continue before implementation. The main reason is that this high-speed rail project requires $65 billion, and this amount accounted for nearly one-half of Vietnam's GDP at the time. Japan did not believe that Vietnam could pay this huge amount of money, so the Japanese Congress did not approve the project. But Vietnam has not given up on their high-speed rail dream. Changes to the high-speed rail plan were made in 2014. Replace mixed-use high-speed rail lines with passenger lines. The speed of this high-speed train has also been increased from 320 km per hour to 350 km per hour. Unfortunately, in 2015, Japan and India reached a high-speed rail cooperation. Japan shifted its focus to India, and Vietnam's high-speed rail was gradually shelved. Vietnam was unwilling to shelve the high-speed rail project, so it decided to seek cooperation from other countries. Interestingly, there have been calls for railway cooperation between China and Vietnam, but no substantive action has been taken between the two sides. Until May 2022, officials from the Vietnamese Transportation Department visited China and held intensive talks with the Chinese Transportation Department, construction groups, and multiple railway construction departments within a few days. Voices about cooperation have only begun to increase. By October this year, officials from Vietnam's Planning and Investment Department were further in contact with Chinese construction companies. It seems that Vietnam intends to let China participate in railway construction. However, at present, Vietnam and China are only in contact. Whether they will cooperate in the future, in what mode, and what the final route version will be are still unknown. In other words, there are still variables on both sides during the contact and planning process. Just like Vietnam's previous approach to Japan, project negotiations have been going on for nearly 20 years and have not yet been finalized. However, some people believe that Vietnam's current proactive attitude is different from its previous hesitant attitude. The main reason is that China has participated in a series of railway construction in Southeast Asia. For example, the China Laos Railway has been put into operation, and the construction of railways in Thailand and Malaysia is also progressing in an orderly manner as planned. Vietnam is very concerned about this because there has been no concrete progress in their railway project since the railway plan was proposed in 2005. While railways in neighboring countries have been put into operation. However, due to external factors, Vietnam may push forward the implementation of this project as soon as possible. However, it is undeniable that Vietnam's domestic population and economic development lack the natural driving force for interregional mobility. There are natural barriers between the North and South regions, centered on Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City respectively, from human factors to the natural environment. People from northern Vietnam go to Hanoi whether they are working or studying. In the southern region, people center on Ho Chi Minh City. Therefore, the north and south regions lack motivation for interregional mobility, resulting in transportation being mainly short distance. Without real demand, there is naturally no will to build long-distance railways. This video ends here. What are your views on the China-Vietnam North-South High-Speed Railway project? Do you think China will agree to Vietnam's request for high-speed rail? Welcome to leave a message in the comment area and let's discuss it together.